if you hold back, you're going to end in 8th place. You got to go all in.
Yeah, why wait till next year?
Ivan Montero in for his first run. And this kid is an experienced contest veteran. We haven't seen him in SLS other than in the Pro Open, where he almost made it in and qualified into SLS, and he's kept it going here this weekend, and look what he's doing.
He is ripping right now. This is an incredible run.
Whoa! Oh, wow. That was so close.
A tray flip nose blindside in a run is unheard of. He's skating with the big boys, so this makes sense. If you want to beat these guys, you have to come with a run like this.
He is going to run out of time at the end of run number 1, Ivan Montero. So coming in real hot, falling on one trick. I think leaving that open to the judges, though, is a problem because they're going to have to come in with low scores with falls, I'm guessing. Chris, what do you think?
Absolutely. I think that they have to come in with a good score.
Yeah.
But it's a 6.1 he gets, and I know exactly why. Because we don't know what's happening next.
Right.
They can always gauge their scores based upon what they've given out.
They don't want to run out of room in the top because we know we're going to. These are the best guys in the world. There's
Absolutely.
9s coming for days.
Absolutely.
So next in, Mark Suciu, 2018 SLS pick. Skated London Pro Open, didn't make finals. Didn't make finals in LA. Got 4th in Huntington. He's building. He's building. He's looking good.
Absolutely. I did not know that he had contest skating like this. I knew that he had great tricks and great video parts, but until this year, I didn't know that his consistency level was at a point where he could do things like that.
Yes!
A half-cap feeble back 180 on a handrail in a line. That's a video part trick.
It shows how great of a skateboarder Mark Suciu is. He's unstoppable in the streets and now in the arena. It's amazing. Beautiful.
Well put together. I mean, he is such a smart guy, and I think that he's figured out the strategy, but also put together a perfect run. He didn't run out of time, and he got off the top turnbuckle on his last trick, which always makes a great impression.
Taking another look, gap up, backside lip slide on that huge bar.
It was perfectly placed in the center of his board.
All right, waiting on that score, 8.2.
Yep.
The judges are feeling what Mark Suciu is putting down out here in Rio. Congratulations, run number 1 in the bag for Suciu. Now let me give you a breakdown of the pylon on the left of your screen and how it works. Below the skater's name are the run section and best trick tabs. The top 4 scores will be shown in white, and the drop scores will be shown in gray. Below that is the leaderboard. Current skater's name is highlighted in white, and after their attempt, their name will be in gray until they skate again. The leaderboard will update after every single score, and then finally on the bottom tab, you'll see what score the skater needs for the lead, and then if they can't take the lead, you'll see the highest placing they can get with a score. That is the pylon. So Nigel Houston in next. I want to welcome Andrew Cannon back into the booth with us.
Thanks, Paul.
Let's talk a little bit about Nigel's performance here in Rio so far. He just squeezed into the finals.
Yeah, he just squeezed into the finals, but he had 2 great run scores in the semis. He had an 8.8 and an 8.9. So if he can continue on with that, it's looking like he's going to get a really good score as we move in.
That's right. He floundered a bit in best trick, but his runs were incredible in prelims.
I mean, he's already putting together an incredible run. I mean, the back 180 nose grind to straight and that back nose one were perfect.
Looks like he's doing such a good job of mixing up the tricks, too. You've got the flip tricks, you've got the really difficult rail tricks and ledge tricks.
And he doesn't pass up obstacles. He has a trick for everything on the course like that.
Hey, I wouldn't even fault him for it because he just jammed in so many tricks on every obstacle, like you said. They were tech, they were hard, they were flip tricks, there were just scary over crooks like that one. It's a great mix of danger and technical ability.
How does that compare to those semifinal runs that we saw, the 8.8 and the 8.9, Chris?
Well, the score's in, it's an 8.7, so I think it does compare. They were great runs, just on par with his qualifying runs.
And you saw he was smiling, ran off the course. He's stoked. When he's feeling it, the rest of these guys have problems. Aurelien Giraud skating in his first ever Super Crown final. This kid is a beast.
Woo! Comes out with a monster back three.
You talked about it earlier, Chris. This guy has had to skate in every single qualification to get in this week. So he is very well versed. It could go either way. He could be really tired, or he could be really well practiced and ready for this.
Absolutely. There's a huge part of skating the course over and over and really getting your speed down, where you set up your feet, how many pushes, where you pop your tail. All that stuff is familiarity with the course.
Wow.
And he has that more than anybody right now, and he is crushing it.
Hey, that run was amazing, and to finish it with 1 second left,
And jam another good trick.
and risk falling, even though he had a great run and could have called it. That shows he's taking chances and trying to win.
Absolutely.
Even just his confidence overall, he looks like a seasoned vet, even though this is his first ever SLS.
Yep,
really
I
does.
mean, ignorance is bliss, though. He doesn't have any post-traumatic stress from these other guys in other contests, so it is nice to go out there fresh sometimes.
Got to be feeling good about that. Needs an 8.8 to take the lead from Nigel Houston. 8.7, tied with Nigel. Hey, the crowd hates it.
You know what? The crowd can hate it. If you stack up the lines together, Nigel jammed in a trick every single place he could.
All right, there's Yuto Horigome. He will be skating run number 1 when we come back.
Belo cartão de visita, Janão. O bonde passou pesado aqui pela Arena Carioca, detonando cada centímetro do Split League Course, especialmente montado para esse evento aqui no Rio de Janeiro. Todas as situações são aproveitadas por esses pro riders. E galera, vem muito mais por aí. Aguarde. Ok, galera, é o seguinte, como a gente vem dizendo, coisas boas acontecem com quem compartilha e participa das promoções. Siga aí no Monster Sim Upgrade. Você publica uma foto com seu amigo, tua galera, teu namorado, tua namorada, enfim. Publica no Insta com a hashtag Monster Sim Upgrade. Você tem a chance de ganhar um upgrade no seu assento na Arena Carioca 1. Vocês vão ficar ali, ó, naqueles assentos pretos.
Go to the street skate.
Eu tô vendo uma onda.
It was weird. I can't believe he did that.
Coming in for his first of 2 runs.
Coming in fast. Almost aired over that backside tail slide.
Chris is our first skater that we have yet to see this weekend, which is very exciting. These next skaters all qualified in through seasonal tour points. But man, he is putting it down right now.
Yep. I mean, he is such an animal on all obstacles. I mean, that front 270 whip right off of a kind of a wild landing, and the setup was weird. I can't believe he did that.
Coming in with a big closeout. Oh!
He was wrangling, Chris.
He was really, really close on that one. But you could see it. As soon as he took off, those feet were a little wild.
He has so much skill, though. You saw him trying to bring it back around all the way to the bitter end. But how does that run? How is it going to stack up against what we've seen?
I'm not really sure. I don't think that it's going to stack up at the level that the other guys put down, but that front 270 whip right there that was really pushed out ahead of him, I like that he pulled back fakie. It was a real front 180 then twist. And he gets a 7.7. That is nothing to shake a stick at going into any sort of situation. Another run or best trick.
And especially with a fall at the end, still walking out of there with a 7.7 is good. Next in, Felipe Gustavo. He has never been on a podium in SLS. This is his first ever Super Crown, and he's skating in front of his countrymen here in Brazil. What should we expect?
That has to feel awesome. A perfect switch flip right there.
Wow.
That trick alone If you have ever done that trick, you know that that was risky for him to throw that into the line, especially in the beginning, especially with speed. That could have been a moment where he missed it and then had to regain speed and lost a bunch.
It kind of seems like overall, though, Felipe is just a giant risk. I mean, the tricks that he tends to do are so difficult that if he were to put it together, and there's no better time than today, it would be remarkable.
Absolutely. With the tricks that he's doing right now, he's putting together an incredible run.
Whoa!
I mean, that was an incredible run without the switch frontside flip, but if he polishes that up for his next run, that's gonna crank the scale.
Is it enough to get up in those top spots, though? Is it 8.7 or 8.8 worthy?
You know, I think it's up in the 8s. I don't know if it's up in the 8.7 range.
8.4.
You said it, Chris.
Good enough for third place for Felipe Gustavo.
That's contention for podium, but it's still very early on.
Very early. Everything's going to change, but you do want that comfort zone.
Kelvin Hoffler, third place at the 2017 World Championship in LA. He's placed third at every single event since all year. He's trying
No way.
And for Kelvin, that's a curse. He can win. He can win.
Did you just see that?
Yes.
Half cab blunt, 270 out on the dogleg rail. That's a dangerous, dangerous move. I saw him do it in practice. I thought that was the best trick move, not a run move.
Whoa!
Hey.
Wow. Kick flip from Blunt. How hard
He
is
still
that in
has
the middle of the run?
15 seconds left.
This is the best run we've seen today.
Oh, no!
Until that.
He still has time to get another trick in if he hustles.
He'll hustle.
He can watch the clock. He knows.
What?
And the back tail.
Back tail!
All right.
NBD out here this
That was
weekend.
awesome because I thought he was going to do the back lip, but we've already seen the back lip a couple times, and I guess he thought about that and was like, you know what? Back tail score better. I'm going to do back tail.
No one is
Walk
back
us through
tail
these
back.
tricks, Chris.
I mean, half cab blunt 270, that is a single trick. That should not be in the run. Neither should a kickflip front blunt on a handrail. That is a really hard one to actually get it to kickflip and place the tail on the rail in the right spot.
I
Needs
can't
an
wait to see
8.8.
score.
9 Club! Kelvin Hoffler! The crowd loves Kelvin Hoffler.
The judges awarded him for doing the hard tricks. It wasn't, the fall didn't matter because the tricks he did were so good.
Yeah, but imagine what happens if he does do that. That is sending a huge message to all the other skaters right now
Absolutely.
in the finals. I wonder how Yuto is going into this run.
So Yuto has the pressure of the world on his shoulders. Everyone else is gone. A lot of great runs. He's won 3 in a row. He's got to put it down here to build that momentum and move on.
As it turns out, Yuto knows how to deal with that.
Yes, he does. He's proved it to us many times.
He always looks super, super calm. You never see him like he's in any type of distress.
Absolutely.
If anything, though, I think that could count against him because in some ways it looks so casual, like he's not even trying. It doesn't look hard.
It doesn't look, yeah, it doesn't look hard. Sometimes there's help in showing the judges that this was hard, by the way,
Yeah.
in case you didn't pay attention, this was hard.
He is... Yuto's ripping, but how do you think this run compares to Kelvin's run?
Oh.
Kelvin missed
you
a
know,
trick. Yuto,
you know, that was an incredible run. Not many board flips in it, but I mean, that tray flip 50 did not actually make it into 50. I don't know if they'll count it as a 50 or not, but he did do a massive back 3 that almost got away from him when his front foot went into heel flip position in the air.
So Yuto Horigome, after run number 1, needs a 9.1 for first. He gets an 8.9, good enough for second place between Kelvin and Nyjah.
That is a very fair score, I believe.
I agree. Wow, what a start here in the Super Crown. There's your